on a lot of events that have taken place in the last few months, and I have to thank Chairperson of SECP, who has been a great partner in development for Ministry of Finance. We do not regulate the regulator. We work in partnership with the regulators, and I must confess, it's the most unprecedented and delightful partnership for me with this SECP chair. He has not only worked with me on the capital market, his major domain, but he has worked in virtually every segment of the reform area, given his broader abilities. I have to further add that he has been already as big a champion on the insurance market as I have been very compassionate for almost the day I landed in Pakistan. Liquidity is the name of the game for this market. Whether we are going for IPO or secondary trading or any other thing to boost these markets. We have formed a working group on that front, but unfortunately, given the commitments of my colleagues, thus far we have not been able to convene a meeting, but we have already started an engagement in the Ministry of Finance with the leadership of the SECP chair, and you have already witnessed some of this. I have to also mention that we have had an engagement with the Asian Development Bank to continue its engagement in the insurance market, policy, legal and regulatory framework reforms. I say that upfront because it's a critical puzzle for even the IPOs, not to mention the overall capital markets. So let me make my first point. Restoring confidence in the economy and markets in the past few months has been very rewarding, not only for me personally, but for all my colleagues who are well-wishers of Pakistan and are not anti-reforms. The government and market leaders have availed this opportunity to build on past policy and institutional reforms of stock market capitalization. Despite challenges, there has been significant progress in macroeconomic, exchange rate, and financial stability. Growth is to rebound to positive trajectory in the range of 2 to 2.5%, with agriculture expected to grow by 5.6%, with crops leading the path, and industry by 2.5% this fiscal year. Strong revenue performance in the first half of the year, despite the FPI engaged right now in struggle to launch additional reform, we have managed to hit and will manage to hit probably 10 trillion, if not 9.4. Restraints and rationalization of federal spending will generate primary surplus and substantial deficit on current account itself has turned to a surplus thus far. Of course, as we exit, I hope the last quarter does not create complications for the current account. Unless and until you have two of these accounts manageable, the fiscal and current account, we will not be able to reduce the interest rates. Although not in my hand, it's with State Bank, but my colleagues in the State Bank are also now conscious of the fact that we will have to move to lower the interest rates subject to inflation coming down, subject to our both the domestic as well as the external accounts being managed with. Why do I mention all this? It's because capital markets cannot thrive under very high interest rates. With realization of the quick disbursement of multilateral flows, World Bank, Asian Development Bank, AIIB, These multilateral flows have been also enhanced by the IMF's release of the second tranche. The foreign exchange, together with these support, have reached $9.1 billion from the lows of $4 billion at the beginning of our term. All efforts have been underway to rationalize pricing structure of utilities and improve cost recovery of utility companies through, among others, control of theft and other things. Foundations have been laid for attracting foreign direct investment, and that will be high dividend moving forward to the incoming governments. The economic recovery process has bolstered business confidence and market sentiment. PSX index has exhibited a bullish momentum over the last 5 months of 2023 by more than 50%. Foreign portfolio investors' inflows have also increased. You're much closer to these dynamics than I am in Islamabad, but I thank you all for achieving these heights, and I thank you for your commitment to move forward with further reforms as well as taking these markets to new heights. I think I cannot set the scene unless and until I give a word on global markets and IPO trends. As you may know, be from this eternity, that the post-pandemic era has witnessed a tectonic shift in the IPO's landscape. While 2021 thrived on record-breaking activity, 2023 saw a recalibration, with deal volume slipping and proceeds shrinking. Record high inflation and the calibrated global central bank responses have led to significant tightening of the global liquidity conditions. There have been a lot of global complications that have impacted us negatively and our markets. For years, the North American IPO scene dominated, but the tide is turning. Asia Pacific now reigns supreme, accounting for over half of the global deals and nearly half the proceeds. China, Japan, and Southeast Asia lead the charge today, fueled by tech-driven innovation and budget investor interest. We could follow their lead. There's nothing stopping us. But we have to get out of the mindset of bank-driven financing, which is creating a huge incentive and noise in the financial market, not allowing for diversification of our financial markets, not allowing for our banking system to lend effectively to the private markets. Our private credit is stifled because of old-style, obsessive, non-transparent lending. We, as capital markets, globally and domestically, believe in transparency, effective governance, full disclosures, fighting the anti-money laundering dimensions. What else can we do for service of Pakistan? We scrutinize the issuers and investors, and we are proud of that because it will give them long-term sustainability. These trying to do little gimmicks, playing little gimmicks, globally or domestically, to raise resources from backdoor is not the way forward for countries that have bigger development issues. While technology once ruled the IPO boost, new challenges are emerging today. Healthcare, consumer, staples, and renewable energy are attracting investor attention, reflecting changing priorities and market dynamics. ESG, environmental, social, and governance factors are no longer afterthoughts, but deal makers. Investors increasingly seek companies aligned with sustainable practices, creating opportunities for businesses showcasing strong ESG commitments. Join the bandwagon of ESG and attract the flows into your IPOs would be my message to you. While mega IPOs at the global level once captured the headlines, smaller companies are finding their footing. Micro-cap and nano-cap offerings are gaining traction, catering niche markets and attracting specialized investors. Move forward, embrace this wave. Don't stand on the sidelines and stick to the old practices, please. Regulatory waters are constantly in flux. New accounting standards, stricter listing requirements, increased scrutiny on data privacy can impact IPO timelines and valuations. Adaptability and a proactive approach are key to navigating these regulatory undercurrents. I have to say, I haven't found my industry and my country to be lacking the know-how and the commitment to move forward. But we need to fast-track our development, and that can only come if we embrace innovation technology with open arms. Let me move from